Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So we are here today on the Square Enix website regarding some news about Dragon Quest monsters. Basically, this article that was put together is a deep dive into the combat system, if you will, or maybe an overview. I don't think it goes that deep into the mechanics, but a couple things of note. I tried to format the website a little better so it looked nicer. Like, as you can see up here, it just doesn't let you change the size of the images. Only the text changes. So that's why it kind of looks a little bit weird. But anyways, I'll try to see what kind of editing magic we can work on it. But we're going to read through the article. We're going to see what's up. And yeah, subscribe for more Dragon Quest Monsters videos. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince is a grand adventure, but also a dangerous one. The protagonist has been cursed, and yet we know this. Fortunately, there is a solution: become a monster wrangler. But how does this work? Okay. The basics of combat. As a monster wrangler, you'll build a team of monsters to battle against your enemies as you progress through the adventure. Your active team can have up to 8 members, up to 4 in your main party and 4 in your reserves. Actually, let's take a look at this. I'm liking the summary screen. Looks really nice. Okay. During your battle, you can issue precise orders to each individual monster or set general tactics such as show no mercy or focus on healing, and leave your monsters themselves to decide the specifics. So that's very similar to the original Dragon Quest monsters. It wasn't called show no mercy. I forget what it was called, but same kind of thing. You could focus on healing, you could focus on defending, or you could focus on attacking. Or you could just do it yourself. Despite your best efforts, sometimes the enemies will get on the back foot and make victory seem like a distant dream. Should this happen, your monsters may enter a frenzied state out of sheer desperation. Not only will they inflict greater damage, they'll gain additional opportunities to act, letting you turn a certain defeat into a famous triumph. Interesting. Frenzied state kind of reminds me of hyper mode from Colosseum. Getting new monsters. There are many ways to grow your roster of monsters. For example, you could leave it to luck and wait for an enemy monster to ask you to join after battle. But, okay, there's different methods. Okay, but there are far more efficient methods than that. Because I remember from Dragon Warrior Monsters, the original, if I'm not mistaken, the only way to get monsters was just to defeat them and hope that they joined. Let's say you run into a strong-looking enemy that you fancy having on your team. You could hit it with a show of force and try to persuade it to join you. Okay, so it's like SMT. Well, with clever use of your items, such as meat-based goodies and other treats, you can increase the likelihood of a monster wanting to join you, as well as improve the persuasiveness of your show of force. Put your items to good use to recruit the monsters you want. You may also meet other wranglers on your journey who are willing to combine their monsters with yours to create brand new creatures, one they'll even let you keep. So synthesis is like the game's fusion system. Those methods are all well and good, but a true wrangler's favorite way to improve is through synthesis, which lets you combine 2 monsters to create a new one. So here we have this image. This synthesis system has been overhauled in Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince, and now features combinations that will make sense even to series newcomers. Okay, that's kind of good because I've played the original. I still want to play Dragon Quest 2 with you guys, or Dragon Quest Monsters 2, and the Joker's games. I'm pretty green when it comes to this series, so I am glad that they're doing that. It's the most intuitive system that the series has ever seen. For example, combine the toothy great saber cat with the bird-like Garuda, and you'll get a powerful Missing Links. Missing Links, that's jokes. That's such a clever name, I love it. Monster talent. Each monster comes with at least 1 talent. This sets of spells and abilities you can gradually unlock by assigning the talent points to a monster through level up or other means. Okay. These are there are broad categories of talent, 3 in total, and each of them contains a mix of skills, magic, spells, attribute boosters, and more. When a child monster is synthesized, it becomes with its own innate talent, but can inherit talents from its parents. Understanding this is the key to creating powerful monsters. So here we see there are numerous talents that can be acquired in game. Some provide life-saving healing spells, whilst others can turn a monster into a powerhouse or a damage sponge. A selection of talents are even named after some of very familiar monsters. For example, Talent Focus Cure All, with potent healing spells such as Multi-Heal and Omni-Heal, as well as Zing to revive your allies and Kaboof to boost their defense. The Cure All talent is a must-have for your party's healer. Okay. The Dragon Lord. Devastating fiery breath attacks such as Inferno and Heliotosis, and debilitating burning breath and Wave of Panic, combined with the spells More Heal and Kasizzle to make the Dragon Lord a fearsome talent that's worthy of its name. Definitely going to have to look into this a lot more because I'm still not entirely getting it. Family traits. Each monster, okay, this is going to make sense, has its own set of traits, latent abilities that can boost attributes or disrupt your enemy's plans. New ones are unlocked automatically when your monsters reach a certain level. A monster's size affects the number of traits it's at, oh, really? As its disposal, with large monsters being able to acquire more. Sizes and ranks. Monsters come in 2 different sizes, small or large. Small take up 1 slot on your team, while large require 2 slots. This means that you could, for example, have a party of 4 small monsters, 2 large ones, 2 large and 1 small, etc. Not only do large monsters have higher attributes than their small counterparts, they can also act multiple times per round. Okay. As well as size, the monsters are assigned to one of 9 ranks. That's right, they've added the G rank, which is new. Oh, look, see, Cirque is playing Grim Dawn. He's the one who shared this with me. So there's G, F, E, D, C, B, A, S, and X. From lowest to highest, the rank is attached to the monster's type and can't be changed. I think when they say monster's type, they mean the species. Amongst the S-rank monsters, you'll find many familiar antagonists from the series, but the most fiendishly powerful monsters exclusively occupy rank X. Testing your mettle in the battle arena of the 2 worlds. As Sorrow's adventure takes shape, 2 battle areas where you can test your monsters might become available. The Endor Coliseum in the human world of Terrestria, and the Moloseum in the monster realm of Nadiria. Okay. In these areas, every opponent is an expert monster wrangler in their own right. Can you overcome them and raise an army capable of toppling the master? Meet some of the monsters. So this also kind of reminds me of Dragon Quest Monsters 1, where you have like the Tournament of the Great Tree, or whatever it's called. Meet some of the, or was it the Tournament of the Starry Night? Something like that. Finally, let's take a look at some of the monsters. We actually did cover some of this. So Jasper Unbound is going to be in the game. Krista Linda is going to be in the game. I covered this in Monster Chamber News. I accidentally said Dragon Quest Treasures. It's not what I meant. We got Greater Platypunk, a fluffy monster from the Beast family that's widely considered a king. Gander. Oh, this reminds me of the eyeball guy from friggin' Monster Rancher. A monster from the demon family that appears before dying creatures to witness their final moments. And then Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince launches on December 1st. In addition to the standard edition, a digital deluxe edition will also be available. I've given you guys my opinions on that. I don't really like that games have been selling deluxe editions with like more in-game content. I feel like that content should just be included, especially if it's not cosmetic only. But either way, I'm really excited for this game. Again, I am not a master of Dragon Quest. I don't know a whole lot about the series. In fact, a lot of the games that I have covered on this channel, especially the ones that have existed like prior to, you know, me actually covering monster taming games, like when we covered Ultra Kaiju Monster Rancher, or even Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX. Now that we're covering, we covered Dragon Quest Treasures, right? And now we're covering a new Dragon Quest Monsters game. And like, this is a series that I'm not super familiar with, but as I'm playing these games and exploring and sort of like just seeing what the world has to offer, it's just making me like fall in love with it. Same with like SMT. SMT5 was the first full SMT game I ever completed, and we had a blast with it. So that's basically what this is going to be. It's going to be a big learning experience for me. I'm going to dive into these games, learn their mechanics, create content for you guys about them, guides and stuff like that. And we're going to, of course, follow all the news leading up to the game coming out on the 1st. So again, subscribe if you're not already, because we're going to be going pretty hard on this game. I don't know how many content creators are planning on doing so, but I'm definitely going to be one of them. So definitely, yeah, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and stuff, and you can just check out my Discord as well. And special thanks to my patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Dark Persona Exodus, and Candy Morency, and we'll see you next time. Peace.